I've got commitments to issues that affect this whole world if we're talking about circles. I've got seeds that are planted and watered on dirt that deem me too dirty for my dirt to ever be considered fertile. Like my shoots can never grow. Like when I shoot my shot, I'll never know. Had to keep my light bright enough or let the light shine enough to let the shine brighten up the seeds I've already sown. It's like I could never show how I've grown up and owned up to this throne stuff on my own stuff. If I show up for my glow up and I blow up, then we'll all know. Then we'll all know who's really down and who's down for the really. Who's riding for me and who's riding with me. Who clicks to applause me and who pauses to click me. Who's down for the sure but not sure for the really. Who understands my cause. Who wants to throw me off course? Who wants to grow the discord? Who wants to highlight my flaws? Who wants to stir in my sauce? Who wants to tell me of course? Who wants to see me take flights? But then hate when I saw. I got strange commitments to lenders, suppliers and vendors. I stopped watching time benders. I post while my senders send lessons and messages. Laced with amphetamines, left with some sediment to kickstart my adrenaline. It's evident, irrelevant. Sometimes it makes me hesitant. Sometimes I feel irrational. Sometimes I feel benevolent. I'm desperately trying to mind my own biz, but honestly, it's proving to only be lethal. Yes, I am urban, but subject to change. When I change up my ways, then I'm speaking to new people. Yes, I am Asian. Yes, I am regal. Now it doesn't add up. Yes, it's unequal. People will see you, mistake and deceive you. Then watch you set the bar high enough just for them to use it to beat you. Make attempts to defeat you. I need you to desperately deep how I deep what I've been through. I nearly left free with me 6 foot deep when I deep what I've been through. I nearly left me a different kind of lean when I see what I see. When I see what I've seen through the eyes of the old me. When I didn't know me, my eyes didn't show me, but my heart only knows we all get a test. If my test is of character, I'm familiar with that story. I am the narrator. My poems are surely there to explore me, there to implore me, there to address me, there to adorn me. It's me and my creator. It's we. We don't claim failure as long as I see that. That's my sustainer. I'll prevail with my art, prevail with my craft, prevail with my allies, prevail with my past, and I'll outlast. I'll outlast any of the villains that are planning their attempts on me. If I've survived the wars you could never send for me, humour me. Let's pretend that we could really be on the same level. You really think you could be the end of me? You stopped. You're shocked. Do you see how time bends for me? You watch. Tick tock. See how you can't clash integrity on edge? A flop. Bro, now you want to lend from me? It's dead. It's gone. You'll never change my destiny. Energies from enemies has many me's attentively aligning in assemblies to counterclash you readily. You warily try scaring me but cannot see that I am queen. I am me. I am power. I am queen. I am power. And I'll recite this in my darkest hour. You see, I come from the south. South London in the house, so in London we wear tracksuits for the lawsuits as a court case from the disputes make them prosecute. I mean persecute. New recruits, blue lights driving old routes in pursuit of youths who rebuke them. Yeah, knife crimes on the rise as the youngest demise, and the government deny that they pressurise and penalise. I can't describe how I refute them. I refute the actions and the lies told in disguise of a trustworthy system. Listen, you can't inject our communities and play dumb with the infection. You can't contribute to a problem but use it as a point to address in your manifesto for your next election. We live in a time where our children feel like carrying knives is necessary for their own protection. When we campaign for our rights, policymakers deny it like the government's on side when the government neglects them. The policemen pick them. I said the policemen pick them, scan and select them, search and arrest them, stress and upset them, oppress and then test them, suppress their expression, depress and repress them, and then want to question. I said the policemen pick them, scan and select them, search and arrest them, stress and upset them, suppress their expression, oppress and then test them, suppress and repress them, and then want to question. Question. Let's question. Why they then can't be the cure and the cause. Why my ends become badder than yours. Why fighting is more than gang wars and our lives become less than schools. We shoot for a draw. Talk you ignored, fighting with bores, the pain that's endured. In short, I'm sure your vision isn't wholly obscured with what we're really fighting for. You're honestly telling me that our young people are only killing each other for just gang initiations and postcodes. Honestly telling me that when our youth feel the heat, no one can see that the lives lost in these photos are more than just bozos from ghettos. Hobos with no home, living loco with no code road, kids with no road, killing each other for promos. promos. I propose you listen. Elevate this generation instead of encouraging this killing. We live in a system where companies are paid to advertise and glamorize killings and then turn a blind eye when our children lose their lives because everybody else's morals have gone missing. Stop it. Because I see it now. I see it now and I'ma rep it. I see it now. I gotta keep a certain energy to keep it now. It's deeper now. I gotta plant on a higher level just to reap it now. I seek it out. That seed of doubt is what I speak about. I'm involved. I've evolved. I've resolved. My story's told. I will grow old. Loving me. Lovingly. Love and see. Hide and seek. Find and speak. My depths are deep. My soul's been weak, but my mind is free. My pages keep the very heart of me. I wholeheartedly give. Please receive. All praise be to the creator of me because it might not be clear to see, but it's personal to me. My reflections, a reaction is an action. As I mentioned, my resentment when I consider my sentence on my mind's death row. Broken glass tipped toes, under feet although I'd walk fast and slow. 100-2-0. I know I now owe so much more to myself than an apology. Now I utilize that pain, anthology. Now I'm one in a meal anomaly. I'm centered and still. I solemnly dare to speak honestly of my peak. Now I'm free. Now I'm freed. Please heed my need for you to be purposeful, just like me. Because although my words scream, acknowledge me, and my socials are set for you to follow me, this time last year I could barely breathe, and all I really mean is just stop and see. And you can change your point of view, because changed me. Thank you very, very much.